into SmackDown. The Rock said, know your damn role.
I'm testifying, I'm flying above the circle. I died to find their watch as I plan to show you, and I climbed up the ladder. They don't know just what I'm holding. Electrifying, lifting you up and over again. They can't define us, an indestructible force to deal with. It never hurt us, there ain't no mercy out on the streets, but I'm with my brother. He tagged me and get somebody beat up. You can't even see us, but we put you up and over again. I'm testifying, I'm flying above the circle. I got to find their watch as I plan to show you, and I climbed up the ladder. They don't know just what I'm holding. Electrifying, lifting you up and over again.
Welcome to another episode of the Up and Over Podcast, a professional wrestling podcast where a bunch of marks discuss pro wrestling, where none of our opinions matter and it's all a work anyways. Firstly, I'd like to reintroduce the man that we missed from last week, the former Scientologist turned Shelton Benjamin protege, our one and only Patty Mills.
How's it going, everybody? Free Damian Lillard.
CJ McCollum got out. Why can't Dame?
Why can't Dame? There we go.
Next to Pat, we have Big Papa C, the one, the only. That's my man, Cortland.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Of course, we have our man, the Cadillac Cowboy himself. Always rocking all white somehow. My man, Ethan.
Oh, man. How y'all doing tonight?
He's fired up.
I'm fired up because of a pre-show discussion.
Oh, but what happens pre-show stays pre-show.
When we get a Patreon, maybe one day, you might be able to see some action behind the scenes. Maybe.
I'm looking around like Christian.
There's a scene. I'm behind it.
Then, of course, we have the man behind it all. The curator of the Up and Over podcast, the Bam Bam Bigelow Mark himself, the one, the only, streaming from his living room that looks like a guest bedroom. That's my man, Casey El Gordo Gringo.
My finger's gonna fall now. I'm sad. Hold on. There we go. We're good.
You shouldn't have moved it.
I have to show him.
I got a call from a local number. It turns out that it was a telemarketer, and he told me to suck on his little pee-pee, and that he was going to beat me up in front of my mom. You don't know how hard it is being Mike Klinsky. You must have missed the Twitter discussion today, Pat. It was messy. It happened in the middle of watching this pay-per-view, which, spoiler alert, guys, I always watch it minutes before we fucking go live. This was no different. I finished it 15 minutes before we went live. And midway through it, it was, I think, in the Tommy Dreamer Just Incredible match, I get a call, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. I answer it, and it's like, oh, here's... press 1 to talk to something. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell him to take me off the list. I pressed 1, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I have to do. Just take me off the list. And he went, how about you suck on my little pee-pee? And I was like, oh.
No.
What?
And I was
Did
like,
he at least tell you his name?
God. No. He was like,
coward.
I'm trying to think what he said. I was like, dude, you know I'd fuck your mom in front of you, right? Like, I just decided to go to, like, Xbox Live 2008 shit talk. And he went, I will beat you up in front of your mom. I will slap you, and you'll look like a little bitch. And I was like, oh, he's doing it to me. He's doing it to me.
That's
He gave me the
crazy.
business.
What kind of world are we living in, man?
This shit only happens to you.
Dude, he Triple H buried my ass, dude. He pulled out the golden shovel. He fucking did it to me.
Was it a local number?
It was an 803 number, but there's no, like, I don't, listen, dude, it's actually not. It's an 828 number, which is Asheville.
Oh,
So I answered it. I was like, oh, maybe my dad's calling me or something. That sounds so bad. I have my dad's phone number saved. And it wasn't. It was just a piece of shit telemarketer at 5:41 p.m. I'm like, dude, business hours are over. Why are you calling me? Anyway,
Glad
fellas,
he did.
Lord have mercy. It gave us our intro. Today we are diving in on our 16th episode of the Up and Over podcast, not including live ones. We are diving into ECW Living Dangerously from 1998. But before we do so, does anybody want to discuss the current state of pro wrestling? Anything of note within the past week?
Well,
Nick Gage re-signed or signed with
Signed
GCW.
an exclusive contract with
Exclusive.
GCW.
but the biggest thing is Tony Khan has another huge announcement tomorrow night. Massive. Don't miss it.
So big.
Gonna
Tired of hearing it.
gonna find the tweets.
I hope
Every
it's
day that
CM
man
Punk versus
brutalized-
Jeff
with
Hardy.
a great showing in.
Twitter.
Did you guys hear me?
Yes, I heard you, Pat. You ruined my whole day. With a great showing in tonight's AEW Rampage TNT title bout, Isaiah Cassidy has earned a qualifying match for a spot in the Face of the Revolution ladder match with a TNT title shot at stake. That's the longest sentence of all time. Tried to read it in one breath, didn't work out for me. His opponent will debut Wednesday and sign a contract with AEW. Isaiah versus question mark on AEW Dynamite. The next
And
tweet.
don't forget.
The
Oh,
next-
go ahead. Keep going.
The big announcement for Wednesday's Dynamite that we referenced on hashtag AEW Rampage, parentheses, a free agent debut, and the person walking through the forbidden door are one and the same. They're walking in the door, signing a contract, and then slamming the door shut Wednesday on AEW Dynamite.
Is that all, Mike? Or
He
you got
tweeted,
more?
let's see.
God.
He said, the forbidden door can be opened for anyone from any wrestling promotion in the world, whether or not it's a company AEW is on good terms with, even if it's someone from a company that's open for business. They're also welcome to slam the door in the face of their prior company. Fellas, I don't
Control
want
your
any
narrative.
explanations here. I just want to know.
No, you shut the fuck up.
I
Bro,
missed you. I
control
missed
your
you.
He said
narrative.
control your narrative.
Oh,
God.
all right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning into this week's episode. Every week, there's a moment where I say that.
Yep.
I just
every
have
week's
to
a
say
less.
this because this is the part I was wanting to talk about the most. If this doesn't deliver, it's bad, dude.
It's
Listen, this
bad.
better not be someone from NXT. Here's the thing: if it's Keith Lee, I love Keith Lee. I'll be happy it's Keith Lee. But Tony, just
You
ain't
gotta
that
have something more
monumental.
than that.
I
Like,
hope
if
it's
you're-
dog. He bought out Veer. He bought out Veer, and he's
Stop it.
sending Veer. Oh man, y'all saw it hit me. Y'all saw it formulate in my brain. He bought Veer's contract.
Out of
Veer
all,
Mahan is on the way.
out of-
Mahal, is it fuck?
out of all the weird epiphanies you could have just had, Veer's the fucking thing you came up with.
Veer Mahan
Well,
is on the way.
Brady just retired.
Who?
And he said never say never.
Brady just retired, man.
God.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
well,
gonna
Brady
slam the
and-
door in his former.
Brady and Gronk are gonna show up now.
Oh,
Great.
dude.
Matt Hardy
yeah.
made a comment, I think, on his Twitch stream or something like that.
He
That
did.
was
He
like
said-
Jeff does have like a month left, but maybe Tony Khan's money could have bought out Jeff's contract, something along those lines.
He said something like Tony Khan, and then added to
Papa Khan.
Papa Khan. You know, he's got a lot of money. Maybe he bought out his contract. You guys are just gonna have to see. Like, tough, very tough. Pat, I just want one guess exclusively from Pat. Who is it? That's what the Up and Over podcast is going to roll with, and we are putting that on our social media tonight.
Why the fuck did you?
Hornswoggle.
Oh yeah, I'm putting it out right now. Right now.
It's gonna be Hornswoggle.
Are we gonna make this?
Why did we give him the seal of approval?
Oh, dude.
It's got the Patty Mills seal of approval.
Oh,
Hornswoggle.
It's an unofficial report. Backstage news.
You need to put Patty Mills of Pro Wrestling Sheet report Hornswoggle to debut tomorrow night, because this is probably about as accurate as Ryan Satin's WWE.
Oh,
fucking
man.
page.
Oh my god! Hey, he'll take your shot.
Cadillac Cowboy shooting.
I follow Ryan on TikTok and I enjoy seeing his bearded face. But come on, buddy, you on the payroll, brother. Come on.
Heard it.
Wow.
Also, speaking of that, so two things on that side. Raw set record low viewership on the sci-fi episode against the
Shocker.
Olympics. Yeah. A case management meeting between WWE and MLW attorneys are scheduled for Tuesday, April 12th. in Oakland, California. And MLW got agreement to seal documents related to their payouts for like Vice TV and documents resorting to their money. I suppose they were able to close that, but that's really it.
MLW.
And shout out Brian Kendrick. Or shit.
Oh no! No!
No, this is the last
Don't clip
episode.
this. Do not clip this. Do not clip this.
Because listen, man, what an unbelievable person. Because last week, in the first 20 minutes of our episode, we were like, "Oh man, Brian Kendrick's gonna do cool things. Can't wait to talk about it next week." Can I get like one of your beeping noises?
I mean, they won't hear it, but yeah.
Oh damn, that's fair. Dude, what a fuck up!
What an
but-
absolute.
I love it. I love what they did to him. I love that they got him riled up. Oh yeah, Brian Kendrick's coming, and then I love that they fucking laid his ass out live on social media. You're hired now. You're
Took the
fired.
legs right out from under him.
Go back.
Can
to
you
your
imagine if
meetings
they
with
did
Flip
the-
Gordon? Go
Can
hang
you
out with
imagine-
Flip Gordon and all your flat Earth friends.
The amount that Flip Gordon has been discussed within our group is far too much recently. I am
Fucking loser.
so tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
What
what
if they put out?
Ring of
What if they
Honor
put out a
announcements
Brian
this week?
Kendrick tweet? What if they put out the Brian Kendrick is all elite, and then like later on we're like, LOL, nope. Like, what would have happened if they pulled the trigger on that early?
Yeah,
Portland
that-
would have loved it and then hated it in the same day. It would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Also, Bryan Danielson got announced for the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame, which
Yes.
is very cool.
Well deserved.
Definitely well deserved. There's a great list they already put in, as well as Briscoe Brothers. That's super sick as well. I can't think of who else is on that list, but it's super cool, man. I'm glad that Ring of Honor's kind of like wrapping a bow on the past, and if they're going to continue, they get to continue with a clean slate and just kind of have a new face to the promotion.
I mean,
Um,
it's long
So
overdue.
it's definitely respecting the past, and it's getting a head start into the future, and I love it, man. There's going to be a lot of people watching that just for the star power alone.
Well, I mean,
That's
like,
gonna be on that.
off the top of my head, there's probably, a solid 20 people that, like, are long overdue of being in a Hall of Fame for Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you'd be remiss to not mention Samoa Joe. Like,
Yeah.
he's, you know what I mean? Like,
he'll probably be a part of it. It's just
has
like,
to be, right?
it's one of, I think, like, it's like kind of in the same boat as like the original WWF Hall of Fame and WWE Hall of Fame, like them being like, we have all of these people. I feel like it's going to take ROH a minute to kind of get through, because it's like, how can you limit that to only like the, if they do maybe 5 to 10 people, like that's a lot of people are going to get kind of fucking pissed.
I feel like
I
Jay
think they
Lethal's
need
going to
to-
be a part of this first run. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I hope it's not the first one, because I mean, he's
They
still
have-
going.
They need to
You know?
space it out, because
Yeah.
to me they have a core 20 people, but if they do, I mean, I don't know how many they're planning to do a year. They're going to run out of people.
Yeah.
To me, in a couple of years, if they don't space it out well, and I
That's
don't
fair.
think. And Jay Lethal, admittedly, he was around and trained by Samoa Joe. Those were his early storylines as early as 2005. So I could see them. I mean, he's been there since almost the jump, but I don't think he should be yet. But I could see it.
Because Jay Lethal is one of those dudes that can like go back to Ring of Honor and have stints there. I feel
Well,
like
'cause
Bryan
he
Danielson maybe have one match in Ring of Honor if he wanted to, but like in the rest of his career, what other than for like nostalgia reason, why would he do it?
Yeah.
Why?
You know,
Yeah.
put him in the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame because he's more than likely not going back there. He's
Yeah.
closing out where he's at.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
someone like Jay Lethal, there's plenty of opportunities left for him, I feel like.
Yeah, for him to still bounce around.
Well, I mean, because Lethal
Yeah.
was there, then he did his huge run in TNA/Impact, and then he even went back up until basically till the very end. So,
Yeah.
like, it almost makes sense to like kind of keep him for later, because like he did go back. So it's like there's a lot of other people that could get it before.
Man, I think Chris Daniels should be in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Nigel
Such a
McGuinness.
good list of people.
Yep. I feel like Loki is going to make his way in there too.
Probably will.
Of course.
I feel like
Yep.
Nigel is like I feel like if you don't put him in the first one, he needs to be the show of the second one. Like
He needs,
he has to
if
be the
he's
center
not
point of it.
in the first one, he needs to induct like Danielson. And then
You
be
didn't
in
have
the second.
Danielson without Nigel there.
That's what
man.
I'm saying. It's
You
like he either
didn't
needs
have
to
him.
induct him in this one and then be in the second one, or they need to be side by side being inducted. It's how that should go.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be? Is he gonna be allowed to be there?
What do you mean? Oh,
Nigel-
wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he works for NXT UK.
Because he's on the UK. I feel like he should. I feel like it's.
I hope so.
I mean, they did the
I
whole
don't
like
think-
expose on him, so I feel like, and they basically used all ROH fucking tape for it. So I feel like if they're like, "Hey, we're going to induct him into our Hall of Fame," they'd be like, "All right, like fine."
And
Yeah,
I
they
don't
let
think
Nate
Vince
go to-
really even. I don't think Vince even really knows NXT UK exists at this point. So I'm pretty sure they could slip that under the rug.
Honestly, let them ignore it because from what I've seen, it's
Yeah.
been not terrible. So like, just let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave that alone. Forget it exists. You killed the UK Indies, which should have been killed because of all the problematic shit. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
It is. It's,
Let
Ooh.
Nigel
that's a
do
deep
ROH.
dive.
I will say, because he did post a match about it not that long ago, and he's in a match tonight. Our baddie with no personality got a job as he's a part of Impact again.
right?
Yeah, he's an Impact player
He is an Impact.
He's a
player.
producer and
An Impact
and a coach.
player.
and a coach. Shout out to
Very
Lance
Coach
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah.
Love Lance Storm. Very happy for him.
Out here giving head.
Oh man, we're not there yet.
Oh,
we have
man.
a whole 3 hours to go.
Let's
Somebody's
go.
giving
Let's
head-
go.
Here's
There's
the
your caveat
cliffhanger
right
for
there.
everyone watching. Somebody's giving head by the end of this night.
Oh man,
Stay tuned.
and it's not who you think it is.
It ain't, buddy. But this person is a baddie. That's all I'll say.
With a ton of personality.
On this night,
Too much.
All right, fellas. Well, we had ECW Living Dangerously March 1st, 1998 from the Asbury Park Convention Hall in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We had 3,700 in attendance. I don't know what it started on the network not the network, Peacock for you guys, but there was a pre-tape of Taz walking into the venue before lights were on and there was like
Yeah.
nobody in the building. He stares at the entrance ramp and says that he's ready.
I'm ready.
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, everybody has a Taz impression just then. Everybody delivered.
I just love how fucking like hella 90s that shit is though, with his like
I
fucking
literally have
car.
it in my notes. 90s as fuck.
It's like just the car with like the leather interior with his leather jacket. You can like hear it like front when he's
Yeah.
getting out and shit. It's just like
It reminded me of the opening scene of like the first Blade. I don't know how else to explain that, and I won't give context. Joey Styles welcomes us to ECW's fourth pay-per-view, Living Dangerously. I'm trying to think what he said. He was like, "Everybody buckle in, because tonight we're all living dangerously."
it's the way he
Um,
says dangerously that I wrote down, because he like for some reasons like we're gonna live dangerously, and the crowd is like yay.
Yeah, the crowd is pretty hot at moments for this this night.
Where we at,
We
man?
jump into our typical promo video with the ECW theme over it, and it rocks per usual. We come out of the intro, and FBI is halfway through their entrance. We get full-blooded Italians, Tracy Smothers and Little Guido with the Big Don, Tommy Rich, taking on Jerry Lynn and Chris Chetty. A few things that Joey Styles said before this match even had the bell ring.
Oh,
stood
he
out
was
to me.
going off by the time.
Oh, he
this
said,
fucking
today
thing
is
got
Tracy's
started."
son's birthday, Kyle Smothers. Great
Kyle
Italian
Smothers.
name. Real Italian. Kyle. I've been, I don't know how many family reunions, and I can tell you I've never met a Kyle at one of my family reunions. Then he also said, and I hope he says this every time Jerry Lynn wrestles. Jerry Lynn has wrestled for the WWF and WCW, both as Jerry Lynn and under a mask as Mr. JL. The entire marketing staff at Time Warner came up with that name. Fooled everybody. He started off early,
It's just
and he
talking
didn't slow down.
shit.
He did not
love-
slow down.
I just love that I don't think the FBI gets a legitimate entrance until like they get like fucking Tommy Mamaluke and everyone else, like the second adaptation of FBI, because like for a while it's like they
Yeah.
just show the fuck up.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Tommy-
oh, we're here.
Tommy, never. It's fine. Tony Mamaluke
Is it
doesn't need to
Tony?
be disrespected
Okay.
as Tommy. This was a really fun opener, man. Jerry Lynn fucking rules. Tracy Smothers rules. This was a pretty predictable story of newcomer Chris Chetty getting the shit beaten out of him. Jerry Lynn being the vet, coming in, firing up, getting all the hope spots back. Tommy Rich tries to interfere and takes out Jerry Lynn with the Italian flag, but Lynn ducks, and the Don takes out Tracy Smothers. Lynn rolls Smothers up for the pinfall. This was a great opener, man. I think it was right where it needed to be. I went 2.5 on it, thought it was good, didn't overstay its welcome, and it got the fuck out of there. Cortland, you're looking at me a little rough, man. I'm going to go to you. What you got on it?
Oh, I went 2.5 as well.
Yes.
It's just, dude, that hot tag was not a hot tag. That shit was a Taco Bell mild at best.
Yeah.
Like, it was from, like, the top right corner, left corner, and it was, like, a half step to a tag. It looked awful. The Explode didn't do great, but the FBI worked heel to perfection in this match, which I enjoyed a lot. And obviously Joey Styles' call on this match is just hilarious, man. He, like we said last week, he's got to pop himself, and he got through this match for sure.
Yeah, there's a handful of times throughout this night where he's doing shit just to appease himself, and this was one of them. Pat, what you got on it, man?
I went 2.5 as well. It's just solid opener, solid tag match. I liked FBI's heel work in this match for sure. I love the fucking all fucking day long hitting the fucking cymbals. And Tommy Rich was beating the shit out of fucking Chris Chetty for a while. Like, Chris Chetty got his ass whooped. Like,
I forgot Chris Chetty was a person.
Yeah, you hit the group chat and you were like, Chris Chetty, LOL.
Like, I was
In
like,
a minute.
Chris, you haven't even heard of his name, let alone thought about him. He's working for like an insurance broker at this point in life, and I'm not joking. I had to look into it.
They're like, Chris Chetty's like a year into being a professional wrestler, and they're like, and we're gonna murder him in the process.
Yeah, it was bad.
Literally.
They're all gonna beat the piss out of him, and you guys are watching.
I will point out one thing that was kind of 90s as fuck and also really bad. I don't know if you guys noticed the homo chant.
I did not.
So, the FBI do the kiss in the cheek, elbow drop.
I must have tuned it out because I definitely saw that spot.
They did it. And I mean, it's loud, bro.
I will 100% revisit.
Fucking New
Casey.
Jersey, Jesus.
Yeah.
Casey, what you got?
2.5 as well. I had wrote down that the referee John Finnegan was giving Nick Patrick a run for his money for most distracted ref.
Oh.
Bro, I almost thought that Jerry Lynn was going to do a heel turn with how long John Finnegan was in his corner, because they just beat the shit out of Chris Chetty the whole time, and Jerry's like trying to get in, and John just has his back turned to the whole thing. It was bad.
It was a mess.
But like, yeah, I mean, like it was what it needed to be for an opening tag match. It wasn't anything super crazy. Jerry Lynn's the fucking greatest, so like I don't gotta ever say anything bad about him, hopefully. But yeah, 2.5.
Hopefully. A couple things
anymore, man.
A couple things stood out. I'm gonna give Ethan the floor before I mention two spots that popped me big. Ethan, what you got?
Well, I'd like to say that I think for the first time on this show,
We all
we've all
agree.
given the same rating.
Holy shit! I think it's happened like one other time, but like I think this is like the time that I can officially say like for sure.
Yeah,
We did
I
it,
can't
guys.
remember it, but yeah, I went 2.5. Everybody's already pretty much covered it. Just your basic tag opener. Chetty gets his ass beat. FBI with the quick tags. I mean, it's just good stuff. 2.5. Mike, share some tidbits about this match.
Jerry
with us.
Lynn did a springboard clothesline thing, and it popped me. But Tracy Smothers hits a beautiful drop kick, and I was like,
Oh yeah, yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Tracy
Underrated
Smothers
and
is a fucking
underappreciated.
enigma of a fucking wrestler, dude.
Yes, sir.
He's goofy as shit like 9 times out of 10, but every now and then you're like, holy shit.
What a guy. Post-match, Smothers shoves the shit out of Tommy Rich, but Guido comes and pleads the peace. He shoved the shit out of that guy.
Dude,
Why?
He hit him in the throat.
He hit him in the throat with the
in
flag.
fairness,
Yeah.
he he's been wrestling for like a grip, so
Yeah, I mean,
he's like fucking red and sweating.
he
and
launched that man.
He's already huge, and he's just standing there flat foot, and he like shoved him, and he didn't realize how much he did because he was like, "Oh shit, I'm a little tuned up over here, brother. Sorry."
Well,
Oh,
I
Lord.
believe, if I remember correctly, like they're former tag team, like tag team partners. So like you would feel like he would have like an understanding of like what the fuck's coming at him, but he was like, Jesus Christ.
That shit, I was like, oh my god.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the beginning of what was like them teasing FBI was going to break up, but then it didn't really break up, but then it kind of did, then it really didn't. It goes on for like the next year, so brace yourself on that one.
We'll be covering it.
Yep.
We'll
be here.
We get a pre-tape for what was supposed to be an FMW showcase between Masato Tanaka and Wing Katamura. The pre-tape, did y'all have it?
Yes.
Yes.
With Paul Heyman?
I believe so, yeah.
Dude.
Honestly, the only thing I remember is that all of Tanaka's shit is him versus Awesome in Japan, and I didn't give a fuck. I was like, this is the greatest part of this whole thing. I'm here for it.
The thing that stood out to me about the pre-tape, it was less than 2 years after FMW's 7th anniversary show, which was like the biggest, like the most sought after tape when tape trading was a thing. That was the Mr. Pogo, Terry Funk Hayabusa, Masato Tanaka, and a 1 million yen no exploding barbed wire double hell exploding death match.
Fuck yeah.
Holy moly. And it was one of the most sought after tapes. And so for Paul Heyman almost kind of sounded like he was, like you could hear the excitement that he was bringing those guys over to the States. And I just thought it was fucking awesome. It stood out to me heavy. Then we get Mr. Lance Wright, Mr. Wright, and Doug Furness hitting the ring. And Mr. Wright says Vince McMahon bought out Wing Kanemura's contract and that Furness was replacing him. Could y'all imagine being in the know about what's happening? And then you get that bullshit pulled on you?
Yeah.
Doug Furness? That's the guy. Anyway,
Yep.
the crowd shit on this match real bad.
Yeah.
The whole way. And I love Masato Tanaka and he deserves the world. But Lord
This
have
match
mercy.
doesn't deserve the world.
No, Tanaka hits a
Hold on.
tornado DDT thing that looked like it about killed Furness, and then he followed it with
my
an awesome Death Valley driver, though. It looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Furness tries to actually commit murder on pay-per-view. He hits like the shitty gut-wrench powerbomb, but he didn't get Tanaka up all the way, and he was just like, well,
Oh
fuck it,
my
I'll just
God,
drop
dude.
him on his head. Like,
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Doug Furness stopped caring 2 minutes into this match.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
After some more missed time spots, Tanaka decides he's had enough, and he hits a rolling elbow for the 3 and gets the fuck on out of there. I'm going to save my rating because I feel like it's probably the highest. Let's start with Ethan.
I just want to say fuck Doug Furness. This Masato
Neutral.
Tanaka does not deserve this bullshit. This match falling apart was not his fault. Doug Furness is old white ass, quit giving a fuck, and decided to shit all over a young 25-year-old Masato Tanaka, and that pisses me off. So fuck you, Doug. Doug is my Michael Cole.
Yes.
I don't know if that motherfucker's still alive, but there's mine for
Look.
tonight.
Oh, we're getting pulled. It's
Fuck
over,
Doug
fellas.
Furness as it sounds
Dude,
like. I
Masato
need that
Tanaka
shit.
fucking he tried. He started working the leg, fucking dragon screw leg whip, tried to do some shit, and Doug just said, buddy, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna throw your ass on your head. And it was just bad. I went 2 stars on it for the effort.
All right. Well, I
Plain.
definitely didn't go the highest.
Well, you sure did go the highest in the main event. I'll tell everybody that.
Oh, I definitely did. I definitely went the
Wait
highest
till
in the
y'all
main
see
event.
what
We're
this cocksucking ass pulls up.
not-
I just want to hold. I just want to say this is my favorite Ethan podcast episode.
Dude, here's the deal,
Jesus
dude.
Christ. We are like 30 minutes into this, and you've said some of the most profoundly insane shit, and I love all of it.
I'm done, dude. I'm done holding back. The fucking belt is off. It's over with.
Oh, Lord. We sat through too many Dawn Marie Tori Wilsons.
Oh, shit.
Pat,
Them in the pit
Pat,
bulls.
what'd you... Oh, Lord. Pat, what'd you go on this?
I went 2 flat as well. Yeah, man, I don't really give a fuck. I'm probably never gonna watch this match again. Doug Furness, like it was just really bad.
That bitch named Doug. That TV show. Remember Doug off of Nickelodeon? Man? Fuck.
Doug Dimmadome.
Turn the fuck on, bro.
His name is Doug.
Like for real. That's what
I
you
can't
woke
wait
up
for that
and
to be the
said.
clip for tomorrow.
Fuck.
My name's Doug.
Use the
Furnace.
life ruiner "fuck you, Doug" sample.
Dude, I just
Fuck
picture
you,
a
Doug.
A big ass
Jesus
head with a
Christ.
light shining on it. Doug Furnace.
Jeez, Doug.
God.
Cortland, what'd you
Ooh.
go?
I went 2 as well.
Oh man,
But there is a lot of
Yeah.
bad spots in this. They just collide too many times.
Yeah.
The amount of times Tanaka went to go for like anything off of an Irish whip, anything off a reversal, they just bumped heads. They just bumped into each other, and we eventually just get this shitty finish. But I give it 2 stars simply because he tried to kill a man twice. He kind of just gave up mid spots.
Oh,
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Can I say something real quick? I gave this shit 2 stars because I thought Mike was gonna rate it higher.
Oh, bud, this is.
Oh my god, dude! It's just.
I feel bad, dude.
Hold on. I just want to
Bro.
say,
I mean, it's in the notes, man.
Dude,
And I ran this
Masato
pay-per-view
Tanaka-
twice. So, like, it stayed the
He-
same.
I just love that Masato Tanaka never let it fluster him. This was a clusterfuck,
No.
and he just was like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep trying."
That's
to
the
work
thing,
this match, right?
is that Tanaka deserves the goddamn world. He tried his fucking best with fucking Doug Furnace of all people, and like I don't
Dude.
believe that Tanaka himself should be allowed to have anything less than a 2. I just don't think
Damn
it's
right.
fair. I don't.
Doug.
Doug
Okay,
gets like
Mike,
a
shit all over
quarter
the man
star.
who deserved the world. You said he deserved the world,
He does, but this match was dog shit.
and was it his fault? Was it his
It's
fault?
It's not.
Buddy, we
but-
watched Triple H and Scott Steiner, Don Marie, and Tori Wilson. If you do put this lower than those, something's wrong in that pink room here.
You took my blue lights, you son of a bitch. You took my blue lights.
We watched about half of the Reign of Terror, but it took us fucking 3 ECW pay-per-views to just mentally break Ethan.
Ethan is gone. Fuck Doug Furnace, the most neutral human being of all time. This dude is like has no flavor. He's water, dude. And he's like, fuck that guy. Fuck him.
On this night, he wasn't neutral because he took a shit on a god.
That's true.
Okay.
Go ahead. drop the
Masato
rating.
Tanaka is 25 years old and still has scars that are like fucking inches across his body.
He looks like he went through fucking hell, and then he went
He went
against
through the
Doug.
double hell, buddy.
That's why he didn't die. That's why he didn't break his neck. He was like, Doug Furnace, you fucking pussy. Like, he just did.
I did a doubled exploding barbed wire match from hell.
I don't want to read
Doug
that back.
can't break
Ah,
me.
so much. A 1
Give me the
million
rating,
yen no
Michael.
rope exploding barbed wire double hell exploding death match. Why is exploding in there twice? Casey, what'd you give it?
I gave it a 2.
See, you admit this the first time we have 2 in a row that are the same, and you're going to give it a 1.25, aren't you?
I did! I gave it a star and a quarter.
Yeah, motherfucker. Uh-huh.
I did. I gave it a star and a quarter. This was
Anybody out
the
there?
shit.
Okay.
Wants to cash at me for my entertainment I've given you tonight. Cash app Ethan L96. I take all donations.
I'd
Oh,
appreciate if you
man.
bought a shirt instead, but I guess that works.
Yeah, how do you do
I'll
that?
send it straight
Selfish
to your
son of a
goddamn bank
bitch.
account, Bucky.
I just want to say though, this is my
Oh.
actual thoughts into this match for the first like minute and a half was holy shit, this actually might be my favorite Doug Furnace match. Granted, it's the only one I've ever fucking seen, but like it might be my favorite. And
No, he was
then-
on the last pay-per-view.
Was he really?
No.
No. He
I'm
might have
pretty
been on
sure.
the side. I don't think that Doug Furnace was on the last one. He might have been with like Lance Wright in there, but I don't think he was
if
in
Doug
this.
Furnace was on that last show, we got to re-record so I can shit on his ass.
But anyways, so they get to the part to where Tanaka does the swinging DDT that turns into like a weird stunner because like Furnace fucks it up somehow. But then like from that spot on, it just becomes this really weird mistimed clusterfuck that like Tanaka will not quit. He's like,
Oh,
I'm gonna keep
no.
trying, and then it just doesn't work for him. What?
Y'all. Rest in peace, Doug Furnace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
Holy shit!
This is fucking wrong. It's been fun working on this podcast with you guys, but I'm gonna slam my bedroom door. You don't have to wait till Glenn Dynamite to hear it slam. I'm gonna slam this door shut, and I'm not gonna be back. Okay.
I'm fucking crying.
Oh my god! He's reclipping this.
Why are you gonna call that out, buddy? You wanted the best I got.
Casey, I need you to know. I need you to leave it in the YouTube. I need you to leave it in YouTube. I need you to leave it in YouTube.
Everything's staying in on this part right now, too. I want you to know that I'm going to take you talking a bunch of shit, and then I'm going to get you saying RP, Doug.
He said,
Oh, why did I do that?
he said almost immediately after talking shit about Doug, he was like, remember Doug from Nickelodeon? And then it was just like, oh, R.I.P. Doug Furnace.
Dude, when I searched his name and it came up, Doug Furnace I was like, oh no. Fuck. I don't know what's worse, him somehow seeing this if he was alive, or me saying all the shit I've said after.
Shit, dude.
Doug Furnace stomped
God
out
damn.
Taz, I thought, right? Like he came down with Pitbull number 2. Pitbull number 2 walked so Scott Steiner could run. There's a fucking hot take for you.
Oh,
fuck, dude?
shit, man.
He had a
Yeah, that was
5-star
the
match
last.
from Dave.
Who?
Doug?
Doug?
Doug.
Dead fucking ass, bro.
Oh, my God.
All right, y'all.
We'll talk about it after. We have to.
Oh, yeah, we
stay on
have to,
topic.
we have to move on, but holy
I
shit.
went 1.25 stars on this. I went 2 stars for Masato Tanaka, but I went -3/4 star for Doug Furnace.
R.I.P.
After what we just talked about, you couldn't word that any different.
It was my joke, and I was going to make it one way or the other. Post-match, Mr. Wright berates Doug Furnace and gets clotheslined for his troubles. He clotheslines the shit out of that guy, too.
He does.
I also made note at this very moment, I just noticed there's a guy that I think is trying to look like Sabu in the front row,
Yes.
but he looks more like Jesus. That's what I have written down.
He's
And
like
so,
he's like 3 rows back, but yeah, he's got the whole headband and shit. It almost looks like he bought it at a merch booth.
yeah.
Because like he
Oh,
only
shit.
has it, he has other shit in his hands, but he's just constantly like, I'm Sabu. And
Ethan's
been
getting
laughing
hot.
too much.
Trying to take
Went
the hoodie
from
off.
a white
I'm
hoodie
getting
to a
sweating
black
in
shirt.
This man Ethan is
You
wild
guys
right
for
now.
sure did not get the ECW Hardcore Hotline promo 900-994 ECW, did you?
no,
All right, well, this is what Paul Heyman said. Find out exactly what, or who Jenna Jameson was doing to prepare for
Oh.
ECW's Living Dangerously.
I can't breathe.
Joey Styles announces that the censors don't want them to show the Dueling Canes match between Sabu and the Sandman. He gets cut off by Nicole Bass and Jason, who demand him to play the tape of Tommy
Jason.
Dreamer coming to the venue. The tape is shot in like this weird format thing of like,
What was
DDP
that?
shot it.
yeah.
Yeah.
For your wife, dead man.
What the
Um,
fuck?
Say DDP shot it.
They just stand sitting over Joey, like, run the tape. Like, the tape's fucking important. It's literally them just watching him walk inside for about 12, 13
This man,
seconds.
this
And
man's
he's got a
walking his
dog.
He's just
He's got a
walking,
dog.
walking his dog.
Update.
The tape shows Tommy pulling up to the venue without Beulah McGillicuddy. Jason says Beulah left Tommy to come with them and then laughs. I think that was a play on words, but that's what we got.
Man.
What else?
We get Rob Van Dam with Bill Alfonso versus Too Cold Scorpio coming out. He's like coming out midway through this segment too. Like Rob Van Dam's music
man.
is playing midway through this.
I
This
predict
match-
hot takes for this match.
I
Go
was
ahead,
very excited for this match. The crowd was restless almost immediately and unfortunately eats this match alive for the first few minutes. After some back and forth, the action bleeds to the outside and Van Dam lands a solid kick, one of which looks like it landed perfectly with Too Cold Scorpio's jaw. which was great. They get back in the ring and the crowd starts chanting, "This match sucks."
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
New Jersey, man. Jesus Christ.
They were weird as fuck for this match.
Yeah, Scorpio
They're weird
hits
as fuck in general for
In
ECW.
general, but yeah.
Scorpio hits a jackknife powerbomb and RVD sells the shit out of it. Midway through this, which is 15 minutes is midway, by the way. So I've been watching this for a long time. I had the thought of how effortless Too Cold Scorpio's movement was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What a king.
He's just fucking
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Scorpio pile drives Van Dam on the ramp, and the crowd loved it. John Finnegan, here we go, gets killed during this match via a splash from Too Cold. Sabu interferes during the ref bump area, time in the match. Sandman hits the ring, and Asbury Park comes unglued. Unfortunately, nobody gives a shit about the match while he's out there.
Nope.
Rob Van Dam wins after reversing a Scorpio attack into a victory roll. This was fine. It just went so long, and it actually took away from the rating for me. I went 2.5. I thought it was fine, but it just did nothing really for me past that. I would have went 2 3/4, but 30 minutes for that, I just feel like you could have done a quarter of that time and gotten where you needed to be. Pat, I haven't started with you. Let's start with you. I can tell we're on different.
Drop a bomb on us, baby.
Yeah, I went 3.5 stars on this match, bro.
I knew you were gonna go another whole star.
Yeah, I love this match. It was long as shit, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really long, but I enjoyed it. Too Cold Scorpio, smooth, fuck is butter, motherfucker. Like, it was insane. You watch a lot of high flyers and you textbook high flyers, whatever, but it's rare that you see somebody move that gracefully every single time they're in the air. Like, it's just like slow-mo every fucking time he jumps off anything. It's just sick.
That was something that stuck out to me. There's a moment where Van Dam does like the 450 to like make fun of Scorpio, and he jumps so high for it, and he still gets like the rotation. Scorpio then does the 450, and it's like he doesn't even jump. He just kind of like glides through the air while doing it. It's weird, man.
It's like it's insane. I did enjoy it. I did bring my rating down when Sabu came out because honestly, it was ignorant as fuck. He just literally lands on top of Too Cold Scorpio's head. But what happened after with the clothesline and then RVD selling the fuck out of that clothesline with the whole ass backflip, like I know it was long, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I watched for sure.
Casey, what you got?
I gave it a 3. Y'all fucking didn't even comment on this, and this is where I had said in the group chat that the greatest spot in this entire pay-per-view happens, and it's Sandman doing a fucking Frankensteiner. It's the most random thing that happened in this match.
I haven't gotten there. It's post-match.
Is it post-match?
Yes.
It was during the match.
Sandman does a lot of stuff post.
I don't give a shit. It's the greatest thing that's happened in this entire pay-per-view.
A 64th of the table breaks on him.
Oh, it's fucking
He was
ridiculous.
dancing post-match.
Oh man, yeah, it's a
Grinding
mess.
on that corner
It's a
board.
mess.
But I guess so. That's post match. My apologies. It's 30+ minutes long. It's kind of a blur at this point. I think
22 minutes long.
it's like 30 minutes in total, like with everything. But like, I think the funniest part about the whole match is every time Scorpio signed to do the 450, he did every other dive and splash and flip but the 450, and I was like, this motherfucker's gonna turn heel because he's not gonna do it, and everyone's gonna get mad. Like, he was like, I'm gonna give you a moonsault, I'm gonna give you a senton, I'm gonna do a splash. He's like, I'm gonna do everything but the 450 until the very end. But yeah, I mean, it's good. I don't think it was a 2-star match, but that's just someone's opinion. It's terrible, but it's fine.
I went 2.5, dickhead. Portland, what you got?
I went 3. Damn. Super angry. I went 3. It's overbooked. It overstayed its welcome for sure. But there's good spots in it. You know, it's hard to in ECW, especially between Too Cold Scorpio and RVD. It's going to be a lot of flips and twists, and every single move is going to be another flashy thing. It's not going to be exactly what you would see out of a traditional pro wrestling match. So you got to look at it from like a separate. You got to know what you're getting yourself into if you're watching this match. But they did their style well. I'm glad that it never really clashed. At least in this one, it didn't. There was some miscues, but I mean that's just the nature of the game for them, I suppose. Because I mean, half the shit that Rob Van Dam does, I mean, he's not talking this match over. You know,
He's
he's
making
gonna
it
be
up
like,
as
"I'm
he
gonna get
goes.
some offense. I'm gonna let you get some offense.
Oh,
Here's the finish.
I'm
he
gonna
let
do a
him
bunch
get-
of rolls and the fucking moves
He
and
let
don't
him
make
and
get
that's
some
it.
offense. Right, two Cole Scorpios whooping that ass for a little bit.
The Van Daminator in the match is pretty funny. But yeah, man. Other than that, it's 3-star
That was-
match. There's nothing to run home about. The after the match shit is just the overbookedness of it. Just looking back on the match now, it would probably like lower it if I watched it again, just because of all the bullshit that happens later. But match itself is fine where it is. You know.
Before I pass it to Ethan, how's it feel knowing that you spent an hour watching that match collectively? You've watched the pay-per-view twice, right? So you spent like an hour dealing with the bullshit. You saw Sandman
I'm gonna be
dance
real.
twice.
I ran the main event back 3 times
The main event fucking rocks. Though.
Why?
It rocks.
because honestly, the first
Rocks
time,
is an insane word, dude.
It's
the first time I watched it, I really
It's a
wasn't
very
paying attention.
interesting word.
And the second time that I watched it, I was taking like
Experienced?
light notes, you know, and I knew I was going to end up taking a lot of notes again. And then I ran it back today because I was also like, I don't fucking remember anything about that main event, like at all. And then I ran it back and was like, oh yeah, that's why
It's
I
sick.
forgot.
I loved it. We'll talk about it later. Ethan,
Yeah.
what'd you go on this match though?
I went 3 stars. It just I love Too Cold Scorpio and ECW. So I'm automatically gonna love this. I felt like the first 10 minutes were really good. It was too long. But when the first 9 or 10 minutes, I was like, fuck yeah, like this could be like a 3.5 or something like that. This is gonna be real good. And then it just dragged a little too much. But I thought it was a good match, especially on a show where shit falls apart just about every other match, if not every match. They held it together pretty well, and it's just fun seeing them run through their stuff for me. So yeah, 3 stars here. The stuff at the end was stupid as fuck, but we got to see Sandman shake his little bird.
Oh
So.
man, it's great. Post match, RVD is he gives Too Cold Scorpio the opportunity to shake his hand, but Cold shoulders him when he does. Scorpio buys an
Also,
RVD.
whenever he puts his hand out to shake his hand, he has the mic and he says, "Shake my hand," but he does the R.
There you go. Shake my hand.
He's such a dickhead.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. Scorpio buys into Rob Van Dam's bullshit for a bit before clotheslining the hell out of him, stomping him out until Sabu kills Too Cold Scorpio. The tag team beat up on Scorpio and plan to put him through a table until Sandman comes down and canes the shit out of Sabu and hits a top rope Frankensteiner, putting Sabu through the smallest bit of the table, which made me laugh.
Did you
After
see?
Scorpio addresses the crowd.
Did you see Sandman's face after that Frankensteiner though?
No.
The look of fucking regret was so good. He looks up at the camera and was just like, why the fuck did I just do that? Like, he's like, that hurt so incredibly bad.
That man has the most swollen gut I've ever seen in my life. This man has been drinking since he was 6.
That shit, I bet you this. No one here has touched Sandman before, right?
No.
I bet that
Have you been in
thing's
the-
hard
have
as
you
a
been in the-
fucking rock.
Oh.
I guarantee you. He's got one of those bloated stiff guts. I
Oh.
guarantee you, bro.
Ugh.
And while I'm talking here, I just have
God.
to say Sabu and Sandman are not capable of having a match that's rated above 3 stars, if even that. And this spot, if someone said, I want to watch some Sabu and Sandman matches, I'd say, just watch this. You see all you need to see. A bunch of fuck ups.
Oh. After Scorpio addresses the crowd for a bit, he and Sandman share a beer and they dance in the ring together.
Woo!
Glad we got through
My
that.
favorite part.
We get a promo video showing.
This man Ethan is bugging out right now.
Dude, he is on a different
I really
wavelength.
also just love that Sandman hands him the beer and Scorpio goes, "What do you want me to do with this?"
Audibly,
Yeah, he
like
says
on
it.
the mic. He's like,
He's
"What do you
so-
want me to do?" He would have gotten booed out of that fucking arena if he didn't drink that beer with Sandman.
Dude,
I
those
was
fans
gonna
love some Sandman.
Sandman was just like, "What do you mean? You drink
Dude.
it?" Dude.
He represents everything that the ECW crowd is, which Joel Gertner eventually references them by. We have a promo video showing Chris Candido turning on Lance Storm. Pat, I can't read things when I see you reacting. Promo video showing Chris Candido turning on Lance Storm, yet they're still tag team champions. They each got to pick a partner, and they face each other tonight. We get back in the arena, and the Dudleys are out with Joel Gertner.
Oh, fucking
Joel
hell.
Gertner refers to the Asbury Park crowd as welfare recipients and homeless vagabonds of Asbury Park.
Yep.
He also says, talking about Big Dick Dudley, I feel nauseous even saying that word.
DDD.
Talking about the arms attached to the man that last night took such liberties with your mother, and points at somebody in the crowd who is very upset. Like, those front row people are pissed.
Mad as hell.
Took
So
such
mad.
liberties with your mother that he is now recognized as your father in 17 states.
God
He
almighty
does his
Jesus.
typical introductions, and then he says, "I'm like milk, I do a body good. The quintessential stud muffin and a damn handsome man. The man whose wit is more tongue-in-cheek than a lesbian orgy. Joel, your girlfriend has me on her speed dial because she loves the way I star 69 her. Gertner." This was the Dudleys
That's a
versus
dirty
Paul's-
motherfucker, man.
Dude,
Once
I just
again,
want a
Only-
compilation of everything he's ever said ever.
I know that Mike wrote it down. I also wrote it down, and I had to question like my own sanity writing these words, being like, "Did he really just fucking say?"
I mistyped
Tongue-
one word, and I was like, I don't need to type all that
That's
down.
just fine,
So
that's fine.
but I still did back up and retype it. This was the Dudleys versus Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten versus New Jack and Little Spike Dudley. This was your typical Dudley bullshit with chair shot. There goes Ethan. With chair shots galore due to Mahoney and Axel Rotten being in the match. Until New Jack and Spike Dudley make their way down. And then it just follows the typical New Jack ECW match. Spike hits a really cool Hurricane Rana on Bubba after standing on his shoulders. Looked fucking awesome.
So insane.
Yeah.
It eventually spilled into the crowd near the merch stands, which I thought was fucking hilarious to think about, like, those people. How many people were in ECW that you never saw? But anyway, it spills out by their stands, and the crowd is losing their fucking minds. Balls and Axel Rotten get the Dudleys on the tables, and New Jack and Little Spike Dudley double dive from the balcony through the tables. Cortland, I have one question. Did you pop for that at all?
Yeah, I did.
All right, cool. That's
It was
all I needed to know.
clean. It
That's-
wasn't
it was
the
It's
spot-
clean. I'm glad that no one got hurt.
It wasn't
thing
the
that stuck
spot
out
we
to
talked
me-
about prior, but
I mean, New
The
Jack
thing-
got hurt. I laughed a
I'm
little
sure.
bit at that.
The thing
But-
that stuck out was Spike didn't even fucking hesitate.
Nope.
Spike dives
Yeah.
before New Jack does. He goes, "All right, motherfucker,
I gotta
let's
find
do
the
it."
one that New Jack literally throws him,
Yeah,
or like
it's-
pushes him off.
I
I,
think
gotta
it's-
find that for you.
I
'cause
think
can't
it's
believe
later
you've never
on.
seen-
I've not.
Yeah, dude, it's bad because they're like side by side, and like Spike's like holding his arm, and he's like fucking shaking him. You're gonna go, and he's like, "Yeah," and then they just jump together.
Oh,
Yep.
It's
God
bad.
bless. They
But yeah,
eventually
man.
make their way back to the ring. Spike tornado DDT's Balls Mahoney through a table, which looked fucking terrible. And then Bubba picks up Spike in a gorilla press, and the crowd goes apeshit, thinking he's about to be thrown their way.
Yeah.
Bam Bam ruined that crowd. Dudley's with a 3D to eliminate Balls and Axel. I didn't even know that this was an elimination match, to be completely honest with you guys, until they said they were eliminated.
Well, you wouldn't know it's not an elimination match because Bubba broke up a pin
That's
during an elimination match,
They did.
which just
Psychology, brother,
Kills.
got me heat.
I was gonna say, but there he is today giving advice.
God bless. So the Dudleys hit a 3D to eliminate Balls and Axel. They get hit with double guitar shots, an acid drop from Spike, and then a diving splash from the assist from a chair from New Jack for the win. This was fucking ridiculous. I loved it. 1.5 stars.
We have the same rating.
Sick.
We have
Damn,
the same
bud.
rating.
God.
I feel like a fucking freak right now.
Just go ahead, Ethan. What you
Did you go
got?
high?
I'm gonna lay on it. 2.5.
Good shit.
Clusterfuck, bunch of bullshit. Was I entertained? Yes, sir. Did it make sense? No. Does half of ECW make sense? No.
No.
Was it
We got
entertaining?
we got one of the most. Now listen, you're not gonna hold this against me in the main event. I know that's what that question is.
No.
but-
Was it entertaining though? It was
Huh?
fucking entertaining, dude. It was fun. I
Yes.
enjoyed it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
objectively, the match fucking sucked. Like,
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
it's not a match. It didn't feel like a
Well,
match.
like I said, like
there
for
was some
even
pinfalls, but like, does that make it a match?
this is essentially
Right.
the same exact match as we had last week's episode, where it's just like everything about ECW mashed together into one fucking match, where it's just a bunch of clusterfuck happening, and then someone eventually gets pinned. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. It's not like overly grotesque like violence. It's just really dumb spots, and then like someone gets pinned and everyone goes home. Like, that's it.
Mhm.
Pat, feel a sense of pride knowing that you missed last week's episode, because it fucking sucked.
How many of these podcasts have we not said we watched stuff?
Not a one.
That's true. But if I have to go back and rewatch Sabu defeat the Sandman in a tables and ladders match for 21 minutes and nothing looked good, I might saw my eyes out of my own fucking head. Cortland, before I move to Pat, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Glad that no one got what seemed to be seriously injured. Devon got his ass whooped in this match. Devon did look great. They just beat him up and chased him everywhere.
Yep.
Like, he would take like 5 spots in the ring. He would try to roll out, and then someone would chase him, and you would see him literally like, no, leave me alone. I need to rest.
Ethan, before we move on to Pat, did you have anything that you wanted to add to your 2.5?
No, sir. I'm gonna let her eat.
Pat,
Jesus Christ.
what you got, Pat?
I went 2 3/4 in this match. Too.
What?
Yes! It
I went
fucking
2
rocked, but it sucked, you know?
2 It was so fucking awesome, dude. Like, I don't care. Like, look, let's be real. Let's keep this a buck. Let's keep it a thou wow. It's not a good match at all.
You gave it 2 3/4 for entertainment.
Hell the fuck yeah, that was fucking entertainment. The name of the game is promotion, baby. And we're selling tickets. And if I bought a fucking ticket to that shit, I would have went home fucking happy, dog.
Dude, the thing is, it's worth
I
the
ain't
rating
even
for the spot off the balcony alone.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
huge.
You're absolutely right. You're
I will
absolutely
say
right.
it's worth a rating for the off the chest Hurricane Rana from Spike and the Spike dive. Other than that, the rest of the match is a disaster.
It's
Also,
this
New
is-
Jack's leap, whenever he hits the table, his face hits
Fucking
before the table does.
smack.
He like has
scorpions, right? Oh, dude, it's brutal.
Yeah,
And he is
Brutal.
not moving. And Axel like comes up and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like he like kneels
Is he
down.
dead?
He's like,
What up?
"No,
Is
punch."
he
Like,
dead?
Fucking X? I don't know.
I love that you went 2 3/4. Casey, what'd you go on it?
I felt weird giving it a 2, but like
Don't feel weird, brother.
because like I said, it's bad, but it comes down to one of those things where it's when I feel like when a lot of people are like, I never liked ECW, this is the fucking reason why, because none of it makes sense. But to Pat's point, it's fucking fun to watch. Like, it's fucking stupid as shit. I love that, like, during this time frame, I don't know if, like, the Dudleys, like, in the locker room were really liked because no one sells a 3D. Devon has to lift some of the heaviest motherfuckers with all of his strength. And like we just said, he got his ass beat for the entire match. And he has to lift up fucking Axel Ron and fucking Balls Mahoney.
Oh, yeah.
Dead weight. Just
There's a moment where Balls hits Bubba with a chair, and it's like, oh, that was a decent shot. And then he folds a chair over Devon's head and then holds the chair in the air. And the chair is like, "Meep," like just fucking,
Yeah.
"Meep," like right where his head landed. I was like,
He's
oh,
like, hooray, I broke the chair. And he just falls to his knees and he's like, what?
right, because I feel like this is when Devon started doing the whole like twitching thing, and I saw
Oh,
Bubba
man.
do it first, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker's stealing his gimmick. And then I watch him like just fucking like he just fucking commits, and you see Devon get hit, boom, it folds his head like a fucking toaster, bop! and you see Devon almost look at hard cam like he's like boom, and he goes, God damn, like you can just see his face is like, oh.
He's got that Wile E. Coyote like
I think
help
I'm
sign.
He falls to a knee and just kind of does like a slow-mo fall. Like, please leave me alone. I'm obviously out of this. Doesn't stop. They beat the shit out of him.
They chase him all the way around this
Yeah,
fucking
you know what, dude?
arena.
I'm going to go 2 on that. I'm going to go 2 stars now that I'm talking about it.
Bump it up.
Got cracked, dude. He's sneaking that son of a bitch. He got it. I'm telling you, I'm going to send you a link to it. I'll fucking record it on my phone legally. And I'm telling you, dude, when he gets fucking crowned. Like he's, yeah, got like, bring the fuck back here. Boom! Like just fucking kills his ass, dude.
I just want to say I appreciate everyone that listens to this audio only, but for the love of God, I need you to just go to like an hour into the episode and then watch Mike do all this because it's fucking hilarious.
I'm swinging a chair.
Come on in.
Oh Lord, he did let him eat, Ethan, as you were alluding.
You're
to.
damn right.
But God bless. Devon's life expectancy had to have gone down after this match. That's what I'll say. Those chair shots took years.
This shit was what turned him into Rev Devon.
2 stars. 2 stars.
He had to testify about this shit.
Oh God. Joey Styles is pissed off about Just Incredible. He said that he spits on the traditions of the business, the wrestling business, and he just talks a whole bunch of shit. I didn't realize that Just Incredible was only 23 at this time.
Ooh.
Pretty crazy.
Joey cuts the most ridiculous promo on fucking Just Incredible. He goes on for like, a minute.
He just wants to hurt people. He's just trying to kill people. We get a promo for Just Incredible with Paul Heyman commentary over top of it. This fucking ruled. Heyman needs to do all promos for everything forever. He said tonight at ECW's Living Dangerously, 23-year-old miserable punk Just Incredible is the hunted. The hunter, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Paul Heyman can fucking cut a promo, though, fellas. Like, dude, these are so good. We get Jenna Jameson being introduced as ECW's new commentator, and she's doing an interview, and it's, of course, Just Incredible. He comes out, he puts his hand in her face and says, he says, with Beulah McGillicuddy on his jock, why does he need Jenna Jameson? She says that she was only going to interview him because they wanted her to. She says she'll interview who she wants, and of course, it's Tommy Dreamer. Wow, big shocker. We get Tommy Dreamer versus Just Incredible with Jason and Nicole Bass. Fuck Doug Furness. I'll ride with that, Ethan, and you can't let that one off. But fuck Jason, too. Fuck this guy.
Hold on. I just want to
say, Jason.
Why is he introduced as...
He's Buff Bagwell, but less cool, and Buff fucking sucks.
Wasn't he billed as the sexiest man alive, Jason?
Jason makes... never mind. I don't need to say that. We'll get pulled off.
And here's the thing. This one isn't going to be ruined by me Googling the last name. So fuck Jason. Dead or alive.
Let's see. Jason is still alive.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Damn it, dude.
Yo. I'm wanted. Dead or alive.
Dude, Ethan said that shit with his whole ass chest, dude. His last name is Knight. Like knighted. Like Devon got fucking knighted by a chair last match. Quick
Good
thought
Lord.
before we dive into the match. Justin Incredible's ECW theme was Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck by Prong. And listening to that song after, like, knowing what it was,
Yeah.
I don't know
Time out.
if any song
Yeah,
came.
please.
What's the time?
Time out.
Prong. Or what the
I had the
fuck's wrong
timeout
with
too,
you
but
guys?
you go.
No, Ethan heard "Snap Your Fingers" and he fucking thought
It was Lil Jon,
Snap your
bro.
fingers.
I was like, how did this song
You
get
can do
moved
it
back
all
to
by
98?
yourself.
Just Incredible coming out to Lil Jon and the Yin Yang.
It would be a mess. It would be a mess.
Holy shit.
Oh, I'm glad somebody caught it.
Ethan, what did you want to add?
Hmm?
Is that it? Is that all you wanted to add? Is Lil Jon?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, God.
Oh, y'all fucking are. Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck by Prong. And that song fucking rules for Just Incredible. Like, that's a song that I can't hear that instrumental and not think of Just Incredible. Just a thought that I had. Apparently, I can't fucking talk about anything even close to Lil Jon without Ethan losing his fucking mind. Dreamer takes a disgusting railing crotch spot in this. This was fine for the first few minutes, but it ended up being overbooked as fuck. What do you want me to call it, Ethan?
All I heard was he took a disgusting railing.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Thank
Flip
God.
this, goddammit! I'm begging you.
I'm so glad we don't have like actual sponsors right now.
It's
just,
a mess.
It's just a disaster.
Got riled up before this podcast, and it's fucked.
I drank a
He's
coffee.
like
That's
this.
what it is. I drank a coffee at 7 p.m. Okay.
Let's restart.
Caffeinated
About the
Cadillac Cowboy. Good God.
CCC.
Dreamer takes a really rough railing. A bad railing spot.
No, just say this, Mike. Just say Dreamer got
Gets
crotched
dropped
the
on
rail.
his ding-a-ling on the
He
railing.
got crotched on the rail, and we'll move along.
It was from the stage, though. It
From the
was
stage
brutal.
It was from the
Looked
stage. It was
bad.
pretty rough.
You see his body like kind of vibrate, like
Yeah, he's
when
like,
he hit. And you're like, oh, like his shoulders.
Who had a
go
worse
up and
night?
down, and I was like, oh,
Who had a worse night, Devon or did Tommy Dreamer?
No. Who had a
Devon?
worse night, Devon or Beulah? Tommy wasn't putting no seed out that night. He got crotched on the rail.
I fucking hate you, dude.
All right, my bad. Listen, I'll stop. I'll be normal. I'll be
we need to
normal.
get through
Quiet.
this match.
No
We gotta get
seed. He wasn't putting no seed out.
Listen, I will be quiet and respectful, Ethan,
Yup.
that everyone wants from now on.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to get through this match. You can still,
Okay, let's roll.
if we're gonna get to a better spot in this.
This was fine for the first few minutes, but it ended up overbooked as fuck. Anyway, after run-ins from Beulah, Jason, Nicole Bass, and Mikey Whipwreck, Tommy Dreamer hits a DDT for the pinfall victory. A star!
Man, golly bomb. You were
Did
upset
anybody go
about this.
higher? Anybody go higher on
Hey,
this?
yo,
I did.
I did not go high.
I gave it a quarter more, but that's it.
I couldn't, in good faith, give this a 1.5 stars or a 1.25 stars and give Masato Tanaka himself a 1.25 stars.
Because you fucked up.
That's fair. That's fair. I gave this a 1.25 stars.
Anything that
Yeah.
you want to add?
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer taking every rule book of Ric Flair, including unwillingly kissing women, but you know.
I even almost wrote that down. I swear to God.
I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad someone did.
Hey man, he's a piece of shit at Tommy Dreamer at Impact Wrestling.
Ooh.
Fuck
Ooh.
Tommy Dreamer. Fuck Doug Furnace. Fuck Jason.
It's already been said.
Pat, what you got?
I went 1 star. You know what? This shit was hella forgettable. I forgot it happened, honestly.
Tommy Dreamer can carry. Tommy Dreamer can carry anyone into a bad match. Like against people that can have good matches, he's like, "Hey man, you and me, you want to have a 20-minute 1.5 stars?
Yeah, you want to have the most forgettable
my
fucking
average.
match of your career? Because I'm
It's
in.
because he doesn't have a fucking moveset. He does a pile driver, a fucking DDT, and he tries to rack people's nuts on the fucking railings. That's it.
And the arm out spot. Ah!
Well,
AC fucking W!
Well, like I never understood, and fuck it, we're gonna go here now. I can never understand why he's the face of ECW. There are so many other fucking people. Like, yeah, I don't care that he helped book shit in the back, or he did this, or he did that. I don't
He got
care.
the Kane spot, he was probably one of the first organic people to get over, like, in the
But
company.
like, who the fuck cares? He
Anyone
doesn't
could've done
do
that.
anything for the entire fucking company. Name me one fucking ECW match where you went, man, Tommy fucking killed it. Dreamer doesn't do goddamn thing. It's the same shit in every promotion he's been in since.
Yeah, talk
Right.
that shit, man. I agree.
Hey, man,
best-
I'll agree with you.
the
Go
best
ahead,
thing
Michael. I know
Tommy-
you're disgruntled.
the best thing Tommy Dreamer ever did was have a camera in his face when Sandman's music hit at the first One Night Stand.
Please.
No, best thing Tommy Dreamer ever did was work for WF, where they made him just eat a bunch of weird stuff.
Oh yeah, that
'Cause
nigga
that's
was eating
his
throw up and
career.
shit, fucking
Really?
picking up burgers off the ground. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember this at all.
Dude, I'm just going to say, I think
So-
it's hilarious. Tommy Dreamer in WWE in 2003, to me, is what us looking back at Tommy Dreamer in ECW really is. But it
Is-
seems cooler because it's in
Yeah.
ECW. He just
Is-
looks like a little cheerleader. Oh, I've got on a tight ECW t-shirt that my nipples are poking out of, and I'm going to scream about my pride
And
for
just
ECW.
like what we were talking about on Raw, we watched a random Raw yesterday, I believe it was, and Tommy Dreamer's on there wearing a shirt that says "I keep going until I'm raw."
I do it till it's raw or some shit.
some
Like
shit like that. I found it. It's on eBay, $50 if you want it. It's ridiculous shirt. But he goes up to obviously a plant like enhancement talent in the crowd that has a cheeseburger, and he like rips it from his hand and it hits the ground, and he picks it up and then eats it. And then they show a bunch of clips of him like going around some random city picking up garbage and just like eating random shit from like the locker. And like he went to a barber shop and ate a bunch of hair and shit. Like that's Tommy Dreamer, man.
Yeah,
That's Joel's not.
because the way he waves the company flag is by doing dumb shit that no one else wanted to do. That's the
Yeah,
only
but-
reason why he gets the love, and it's like he's not a good fucking wrestler. He
Like,
doesn't take the
it's
craziest
the
spots there.
cheerleader shit. Like, he's doing all this stuff while wearing whatever company brand
Yeah.
t-shirt. Like
Oh, yeah, dude.
you don't have merch.
Tommy Dreamer
It's not
might
that you didn't want to be ECW champion. No one fucking wanted you to be the ECW champion.
Tommy Dreamer might be the only wrestler in history to get hazed twice.
Good. Good. Good.
haze him again.
Love it.
Okay, so Pat went a star. Cortland went a star and a quarter. I went a star. Ethan. All right.
It's for the
Casey.
pile driver. It was the Landstorm pile driver on the apron gave me the extra. I would have gone a star, but the pile driver looked great.
Yeah.
It looked
fair.
great.
Casey, what you got?
I mean, I gave it a star in the corner, but my literal notes to this whole match are boring. Yet another Dreamer match that needs all of this extra shit going on. Because that's another match where it's like, okay, cool. We can't have a normal match. We've got to have fucking
We gotta throw a
75
bunch of shit at
people
the
in
wall.
here, or yeah, we've got to have all this extra shit that like doesn't make any sense. That doesn't need to be there for us to get a DDT.
Yeah.
And then not
It wasn't even a good looking DDT.
Never,
not a good one.
never.
Like the most subpar DDT of all time.
There's only one person that can do a good DDT, and that was Jake the Snake. That's it. And he fucking had to bite people with the fucking
I'll
snake
take
to get over. Like, at the end of the day, fuck Tommy Dreamer.
All right, Ethan, we've officially made it to you.
Star and a half.
All right. Anything you want to add? It's not you. It's Tommy Dreamer. I swear to God it is.
I want you to know that my eyes can't go any further into the back of my head when you keep calling him the innovator of violence.
I will call him that every chance I get. You shouldn't have given me that moment
I
there,
would
bud.
much
It's
rather,
over for you.
I would much rather you call him what I called him, but I didn't say on the podcast. But I don't want to go down that road. Let's just say.
How about
it's-
you put it in a group chat and I'll read it?
call him-
And I won't read it out loud.
You call him
Um,
by his government name?
What was
You
I
talking
was
about
gonna
2
say-
letters?
What was I gonna say? Tommy Dreamer's the shits. That's what I was gonna say. Justin Credible has like wood chip teeth. Don't know how to explain it past that. That's what you get. We get a who's the toughest man in ECW? Bam Bam Bigelow or Taz? We get another ECW Hardcore Hotline, the exact same promo we got from before. And then
my
you have
fucking God, Casey.
it's back on. Oh man, hold on. Pause. I need to read it.
like I said,
All right. All right.
More than 2 words.
A little bit more. It's a bit of a, All right. We have Lord have mercy. Let me get back on track. We have more Heyman dictated promos. After a long back and forth, it was revealed that Bam Bam and the rest of Triple Threat set Taz up the whole damn time, leading us to this match. Taz, the defending ECW World Television Champion, taking on Bam Bam Bigelow. These match, you know what? Casey, the floor is yours, my friend.
I mean, you guys probably have more notes than I do on these. Like, these are really hard for me to say anything about because I just like to watch them.
I got you, bud. It's fine. The entrances had me very hyped, right? Bam Bam hits the ring so fast in his return home and it just crosses his arms. Tough as fuck waiting for Taz. This is also, I think, the first Taz entrance that we've seen so far where I'm like, wow, that's a star. He looked fucking great. It's a pro Bam Bam crowd. A few things stuck out. Taz hits a nasty judo throw early, dumping Bam Bam directly on the top of his head. Bam Bam powerbombs Taz and tries to send him through to the core of the earth. He powerbombed the shit
That
out of him.
powerbomb is fucking devastating.
Dude.
He's an asshole for that.
We tried to kill him. Taz gave his ass a receipt, though.
Oh, dude, Taz flexes Bam Bam into the fucking crowd, almost breaking his own neck again, and killing Bam Bam in the process. It dawned on me after a clothesline that sent both men over the railing back toward the ring. Bam Bam loves to do flippy shit.
Yes.
He loves it, dude.
Because at the time, he's 365 pounds. It makes no fucking sense.
Casey, real question. Were you there that morning when he weighed himself?
That's what he's billed at.
You said that shit passionately, baby. I love
Well,
it.
because he gets billed at 345 at Heatwave 98. And he looks a lot lighter.
Dude,
I love this.
He's a big motherfucker at this time. Like,
This attire of Bam Bam, top-notch shit.
It's good.
Looked so good, dude.
It's great, man.
That's what I need
Taz-
you to be for Halloween this year, Casey.
I
I'm
have to be
dead.
Joel.
Bam Bam.
I have to be Joel Gertner.
Oh,
I was.
God.
Mike already said I had
No.
to be Joel Gertner.
Just rock Bam Bam. I'll rock
have
what
to
we
be Joe
discussed
Gertner at
before
all.
the podcast
I
if
think
you
we'll
rock
get
Bam
canceled
Bam.
if you do Joe Gertner.
Just like
I
just
have
like
no
the
interest in Joe
blazer,
Gertner.
no shirt, and then like the neck brace. We'll just and I'll walk around
Rock
like,
Bam Bam.
I'm
Rock Bam Bam. I'll rock what we discussed before the podcast.
gonna die of heat stroke if I rock Bam Bam. It's too much material, but fine. It's a lot of material.
More than a neck brace?
Yeah. I won't wear a shirt.
Alright.
It'll work.
You said-
It's fine.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
It'll balance stuff out.
Taz reverses greetings from Asbury Park and locks in the Taz mission, jumping on Bigelow's back in the process, who, unbeknownst to referee John Finnegan, who really did give whatever dick face's name, Nick Patrick, a run for his money in this pay-per-view, bud. He was horrible throughout this night. Who, unbeknownst to referee John Finnegan, Bam Bam's tapping to the Taz mission, and he eventually says, fuck it, I'm just going to try to fall backwards on Taz, sending them to the depths of hell, going through the ring, and the crowd goes apeshit.
Yeah.
Finally.
Dude, the pop when the ring exploded was the loudest shit.
It was two separate pops. It was like the wow,
Yeah.
that was cool. Holy fuck!
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah.
It like took everyone a minute to realize that two grown men broke a fucking ring. Like they were like, because I'm sitting there and I was like legitimately trying to think. I'm like, I think that's the first time, at least on U.S. soil, that's ever happened.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, has this happened? Was it a
Well,
thing?
because I was like,
this time?
we've gotten at least the Hell in a
Stage
Cell spots where like you've gotten thrown off a Hell in a Cell and through a Hell in a Cell, but not through a ring yet. And that happened with Mankind. That happened
I
in
don't
'97.
think we're there yet.
That happened in '97, right?
That's 98. I'm pretty
Was
sure.
it '98 or '97? Corlin?
King of the Ring is 97.
It's a yeah. So that happens, and that's already wild. But it's like I don't think anyone's ever utilized the ring as like going through something.
Weird.
That's fucking insane.
My brain thought it was 98. Well, I'm the dumb here.
You just gotta think of Taker's eras.
Nope.
Yeah.
The Undertaker defeated Mankind in Hell in a Cell in King of the Ring 98.
Was it '98? I thought it was '97.
God damn,
We're
really?
not there yet, bud.
Okay,
We're
so they're
not
trying to
there
one
yet.
up it, but they still don't.
Nope.
Man.
Well, fuck me then.
Bam Bam emerges, pulling Taz out of the fucking divot, and pins him to become the new ECW World Television Champion.
I do love the moment of kayfabe being broken, where like it's legitimately like, "Let me help you get out of here."
Yeah. Like Taz didn't get out the first time. And he's like, "All right, well, hold on."
He's like, like, "Please help me," and then he's like, "Okay, now I'm gonna pin you back."
Who would have the lowest rating here? Let's start with Pat. What you got on this, Pat?
I give it a gentleman's 3.
Yep. He went lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, I give it a 3.
Called that shit.
I could have went higher, but I don't know. Once Taz fucking concussed himself, it was more just Bam Bam Bigelow losing his fucking mind and just doing a bunch of not Hulkamania shit, but Incredible Hulk shit. Just throwing chairs around, fucking hyping up the crowd and shit.
Could you imagine, dude?
Yeah, like it was just a lot. But, I mean, I didn't hate the match. That was good. Taz looked good. The table spots were kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie. And
Dude, the spot.
What were those fucking tables made out of? Those
The
tables are made out of fucking
spot
potato
in the
chips.
beginning where Bam Bam only hits the corner of the table and it fucking
Dude,
just
it is my
disintegrates.
favorite part of this match. It was going to be in my rating. It is my favorite fucking thing. Because they missed this spot of the table, and he only hits this corner. So Bam Bam gets so upset that he just walks over there and Hulk smashes the table, and it just fucking shatters. And I was
So
like,
he gets
oh
he gets
my God, he was
spilled.
really mad.
So Bam Bam gets spilled to the outside. He goes. Honestly, I'm like, was he supposed to hit the table or was he supposed to miss it? But he catches just the corner, and it's all of Bam Bam's weight. Somehow the table stays perfectly standing, but he just explodes the corner. So it's just like full table, and then it's like indented from Bam Bam, and then he just goes fuck, and smashes it.
It was like somebody broke like the shipment of tables, and they were like, "Fuck, we can't replace them," so they just put them back under that shit. Because like every time anybody grabbed the table, that shit was like instant.
Yeah, it's like the people that were loading them were like looking around, like nobody knows it's broken. Just get it under there, quick.
Sign it.
Just get it done. Get it under there.
Could you imagine those are the same tables they use for their merch? So they put a T-shirt on, it smacks in half. It's just
it just fucking folds. Cortland, what'd you go on it?
I gave this 3.5 stars. I enjoy this. Definitely a spectacle. Both of these guys speed each other up. Bam Bam is the pro here. Obviously, Taz smacks his head on that guardrail, man. And Bam Bam kind of just gets them through this match. Wakes Taz up, gets him through the crowd, lands on... I think he just like casually slaps Taz in the face in the crowd. Like, he's like, dude, you gotta wake the fuck up. And Taz is immediately like, all right, let's fucking run this shit. And then they go to their last 2 spots. But man, it's great. It's a spectacle that when I think of ECW, this is match. They're both of these clips from the barricade spot and them going to the ring. It is put into the intro of every single ECW show going forward. This is a huge huge staple point in ECW and especially in hardcore style wrestling. And it's all thanks to Bam Bam and Taz. So 3.5. It's a legendary moment.
Ethan, what'd you go?
3.5 as well. These Taz and Bam Bam matches, some of the when I first started checking out ECW stuff, and admittedly, I feel like I don't know if I've even ever seen this match in full until now. I know I've seen the Heat Wave one a couple of times because that's the one where they go through the ramp, but this may have been my first time seeing this one. But I went 3.5. I mean, everything Cortland said, plus the fact of when Taz gets concussed, it just adds to the realism of matches for me. Not concussed, but when he get knocked out. Not that I wanted him to get knocked out, but you have to say when shit like that happens, it bumps my rating a little bit. It adds that element. Yeah, you get to really see what some of these guys are made of, is being able to keep a match going in those tough moments, and it adds to the feeling of, okay, these guys just want to throw each other off the stage through this, through that. It adds to the vibe of it a lot. Not that this wouldn't have been good without it. I mean, Taz throwing Bam Bam into the crowd off the stage was fucking insane on its own. We didn't need the railing spot. I mean, if Taz would have went over the railing with him, I might have popped even fucking more. I mean, Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
3.5 for me.
You're just wanting fucking Taz to do a Spanish fly into the crowd.
Fuck
That's
with
what you're
Bam
wanting.
Bam.
With Bam Bam, that'd be the legendary spot of all time.
So
Yeah, it's over.
God, that would be fucking incredible. To Ethan's credit, like I said, I cannot find it, and I feel like I'm having a fucking fever dream because I swear to God, Taz has talked about this match. He from what I remember, he talks about he just has a weird depth perception problem where he thought that the railing was closer than it was. So when he goes for that release, he thought that it was closer to his back than it was his head. So when he goes back and he hits his head, he's like, well, that was a miscalculation. It was not supposed to happen like that. He was supposed to go over. And I feel like getting, still suplexing him onto straight concrete wasn't going to be good.
Right.
You're
it
going
wasn't
back
good.
directly on your head.
It would have been bad.
Bam Bam landed on 2 chairs, and one of the chairs fucking explodes.
Yes.
It decimates.
Yeah.
And that's not a breakaway chair. That's for the venue's audience chair. He went straight through that thing.
Yeah, legend has it that fan is still standing to this day.
I think
Shut
I
up.
think the clip you're talking about, Casey, might be on the Rise and Fall of ECW
Is it on
DVD
that one?
they did. That's because I've
pretty
seen what
sure
you're
it
talking about.
Yeah.
And
Is Taz wearing a WrestleMania 20 hat?
Is it? I'm just I feel like I'm having a fucking fever dream because I could not find it
No, it
anywhere,
happened.
but it happened because he talks about where he's just I don't remember shit, and then Bam Bam just kind of helped him through the rest of the match, and I feel like I said, I texted Cortland after watching this and was I don't know what to rate this because of the fact I was I have a hard time with it because I love the match, but also Taz is fucking out of it for 80% of the match.
Yeah,
He has no idea what the fuck's going on. But I was I ended up re-watching. I'll watch it again. But I ended up watching Heatwave 98, their match on that, and I feel like it basically is ran similar to how this match should have gone. Because I feel like they were oh, well, we missed X, Y, and Z, so we've got to make up for it, and then they switch a couple of spots around, but they still go through some shit.
Before you give your rating, before you give it, Casey, because you're going to be the highest, I went
Always.
3.25. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed the match, but I just feel like it got lost a little bit because Taz was not in Asbury Park. But it was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome, and Bam Bam is a pro's pro. And going back and watching these ECW events with him on it makes me appreciate Bam Bam way more. Casey, floor's yours.
I mean, I kind of said all my pieces to it. Like I said, it's hard because I don't always want to come off as biased because, like I said, we've said it 1,000 times at this point. I am a Bam Bam fan. He's my favorite in the whole world. I think the parts of the reasons why some might give it a lesser rating are the reason why I give it a higher rating. Might have cut out of there a little bit.
You did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I give it a higher rating for the reasons that someone might get it less. So I give it a 4.25 because, like, the fact that he does it so early on and Bam Bam has to be like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
because everyone wanted this match, and if they cut it short,
you're kind of fucked.
Asbury Park would be in fucking flames. So, like,
Hey man, shout out Bam Bam because he got both of them through this fucking match.
Yeah, and honestly,
I mean,
like,
I don't think he caused any further damage. I mean,
No.
it looked like he fucking
he just
had it
took
going.
care of them like the whole way through, and I feel like it's like obviously it's not the best match going forward, but like they still got through it. There's a spot where fucking Bam Bam slips on beer, and it's fucking hilarious because he goes to like hit Taz and slips, and he's like, God damn it, like, because he's like already frustrated with the whole situation, but like he slips on beer and he's like, fuck, dude. And then we have literally two grown men going through a ring, and it fucks up the whole rest of the night. So
Was that not planned at all?
the ring spot?
Yeah.
No, it was. I think going forward wasn't. Like how the rest of the night went through, I legitimately think that they thought they could fix the ring.
We get Al Snow versus one half of the Gangstonators, John Cronus. That match gets canceled. I had to throw in Gangstonators.
Oh,
in
darn.
this. I had to throw it in.
Shucks.
But we'll get to that. So as Triple Threat is in the ring with Bam Bam celebrating, Bam Bam doesn't even know where the fuck he's at really after that spot. Paul Heyman is telling Joey Styles to buy him some time. Heyman says to Joey, show the Dueling Canes match, and they argue about whether or not to show it due to the censor. Heyman's word is God, so here we go. We get Sabu with Bill Alfonso versus Sandman Dueling Canes match. I love that their match from November to Remember 97 was so dog shit abysmal that they decided to pre-tape this match early in the night just so they could forego any of the shitty spots and edit it prior to broadcast.
And it's still fucking terrible.
Better than November to Remember.
Not by a lot.
Sabu hits a sick triple jump moonsault that looked great. Van Dam in Sabu gear popped me so big throughout this, man.
That shit was hilarious.
It was so sick. Sabu and RVD hit a double leg drop on Sandman, putting him through a table, and that's your finish. This didn't suck ass cheeks, but it wasn't great. Ethan, what'd you go?
2.25. Take it and let it sink in and settle in.
I like it. I like it. You're fine.
I feel like
Here's
an
the
asshole
deal.
giving that a 4 now. Go on.
No,
No,
wait,
not
you giving it
this.
4?
Hold on,
No.
never
I
mind.
was like, I feel like an
Excuse me,
asshole
kid?
giving Bam Bam a 4, and you're giving this a 2.
No, but
Yeah, you should
no.
do it.
I mean, the thing is, the November to Remember match wasn't even a match, and this is supposed to be a Dueling Canes match. There wasn't no fucking Dueling Canes that I fucking remember. But I mean, it was a little bit more structured than the fucking one the other pay-per-view. That match wasn't a match. It was just we're gonna go to this side of the ring and do a table spot, and then this side of the ring and do a table spot. And with this, this was an ECW style match. And for what it is, same as that fucking multi-man earlier, the three-way dance or whatever. I can't sit here and get too bent out of shape about it. Like the Sabu Sandman match in November bent me out of shape completely, I will say. This one didn't fucking rub me wrong completely. It was kind of stupid because they built it up like, oh my god, they censored this match. There was nothing in this match that should have been
I was
censored.
mad as hell.
Besides the fact that it sucked. It was the worst thing on the show.
That was Paulie
But-
getting too cute.
But, I mean, they did stuff. They're stupid. And it was funny. So I'm giving it 2.25.
I love it. Casey, would you go? Because apparently y'all are going to shit on this match.
I don't have a rating for it. Because it
That's
just
fair.
should. I'm more mad that it's like, not only were you like, they shouldn't have shown this, and it's like, I get it. They're trying to be shocking and it be like, this is super crazy. It was not good. The funniest part of the best part of this entire match was the fucking like flying Spartan kick that
That shit was
RVD
fucking-
does to Sandman
Fucking hilarious.
when he comes
He didn't
back.
catch it at first. I had to run it back and the whole house reacted because it is fucking insane.
You look like Jean-Claude Van Damme for
He
real.
did some power ass dive, slow motion, light flashing behind him, kick to the back of the head.
It's just literally out of nowhere. You just get red pants RVD just kicking Sandman in the fucking head. And I was like, Jesus, where the fuck did he come from?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But like, yeah, like, I just like, it's just not good. Like, it. I will say, I will give it the credit of yes, it's probably better than the November to Remember match, but like not by much. Like, so like maybe we'll give it a 1.5 stars.
I gave it a 1.5 stars.
Y'all are shitting on Ethan for going 2.25, and y'all are going 1.5 stars. Y'all are making it
I-
sound like it's a Doug Furnace match.
If we're going with, did it entertain, technically speaking? So,
Dude, I just rewatched the Spartan kick. Are we not going to talk about the table breaking as he Spartan kicks him?
Yeah,
Crushes the whole corner of it.
These tables were literally made out of Lay's potato chips. Like, you're fucking not fucking
Sabu then just thinks about doing a springboard leg drop, but he doesn't springboard. He just like is tucking his feet, but decides not to. And then you get another Spartan kick from RVD, who actually looks like Sabu more than Sabu looks like Sabu. It's bizarre. It's fucking
weird.
bizarre. Cortland, what'd you go?
I went 1.75 stars.
Y'all are shitting on Ethan.
Well, here's the thing.
thought 2 was
I
high.
originally went a
'Cause it was
1.25
high.
stars.
Because it was high. I thought
But
2.25 was high.
I give them the respect of at least you tried to run it back and make up for the shit that you did last month, 2 months before that. Luckily, it was taped, so we didn't get the live bullshit that I'm sure was edited out of this match that the crowd had to endure. But RBD coming in as Sabu is some of the funniest shit ever. Like, it is so fucking funny, dude. Because you're like, oh, yay, Sabu's beating Sabu. Wait, Sabu's making a run-in. Who the fuck is that? It's Rob Van Dam. That's awesome. Man. You're like, oh, shit. Him coming back out, could have gone without. Kind of overbooked. It is what it is. I'm glad no one died this match. Because, I mean, they sure try. You know, they do try often.
We didn't get a somersault off a rickety ladder.
No, but he did decide to set up. Was it this one or the last one? I can't remember. I've fucking ran these so many times. Like, he puts the table in the corner of the barricade and, like, kind of pulls barricade in, and he lays Sandman on the table.
And it breaks.
And he just gets on the turnbuckle, and he, like, dives over the turnbuckle to the outside of the corner, and it's, like, the worst.
Oh,
it's
really?
this one.
Because he does like a splash instead of a leg drop, so he basically like smacks his face on Sandman's tummy.
But he lands on his feet, and he no-sells himself going through the table more so than Sandman went through the table. Like, it just, there's not a whole lot of logic. It's a typical ECW Sandman Sabu match. Sabu's going to jump off a lot of chairs and miss a lot of cues. And let's go, man. I enjoy RVD. I love RVD putting his hand up like he's going to high-five Sabu, and then finally Sabu's like about to high-five him, and RVD just walks away. Love it. It's fucking great. He's done it in 3 pay-per-views straight. It's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
It gets me every time.
I went 2 stars on this, but I am going to bump it to 2.25 so Ethan is not alone. Y'all shit on this for no reason. I think if they did edit it...
You want me to go back? I'll go back and give it a 0 rating again. I don't have a rating for this in my notes.
It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. It was
Dude, it was not good.
It was better than last week, and last week I gave it a 1.25 stars. So here we are. It was exponentially better. There was less bullshit I had to deal with. I watched a drunk grandfather essentially fall off of a painter's ladder through a door table.
But it's so funny when you think about it, you know? Jesus Christ.
It's a mess. All right.
Now,
The moment
hold on a
Mike's been
second.
waiting for. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
yes.
get into this main event. That's a 5-star classic in the book of
I did
Clean
not
State.
say that.
I've
I
been
did
toned
not
I'm
down.
gonna
say
paint.
that.
I've been toned down these last 10 minutes because I'm saving up.
I'm
for
gonna
this
paint a
shit we're about to
picture
get into.
to all of our listeners. I get in here first to get things set up. Mike is the second person in here, and he is like, brother, what about that main event? And loses his fucking mind for 10 minutes.
Dude.
Every time someone else jumped into this while we're getting ready, the first things out of his mouth are asking about the main event.
How about that main event?
Holy shit.
Go ahead, Mike.
Take it away.
We're back live from the pre-tape, and holy shit, everyone in attendance in Asbury Park has a styrofoam mannequin head. Joey Styles is pissed that they showed that match due to the censors. He also threatens to quit, which I thought was corny. Then they cut to the ring, and they didn't fix the fucking ring. They literally did not fix the ring at all.
They put some caution tape up.
We have Chris Candido in the franchise, Shane Douglas, with Francine, taking on Lance Storm and a partner of his choosing. Somebody threw their mannequin head at Candido during his entrance, and I popped. Somebody actually hits Francine in the fucking face while she's shit-talking the camera during their entrance, and I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. She also didn't miss a beat and just kept shit-talking, didn't even blink. It hit her right in the fucking face.
No
Sonny
sells the
comes
shit
out-
out of it.
Sonny comes out with Lance Storm, says that she's the mystery partner, and Storm hits the sickest double diving clothesline over the top rope. It was
Best
so
part of
good.
this. Best part of this right there.
He then hits a top rope superplex and is losing his goddamned mind. Lance Storm, baddie with a lot of personality in this one.
All the personality.
Sonny eventually turns on Storm and then falls into the crater in the ring. There goes, just like Cortland's phone fell. Pretty crazy. And it falls into the crater in the ring, which made me choke. The crowd is chanting, "We want head." Lance Storm says, Lance Storm is then held in a camel clutch, break back, make humble. And Candido says, "Where's my ass whipping? What were you going to give me, bud?" And Lance is grunting and groaning. And
You gonna give him
groaning.
some. You gonna give him some.
He says, "I'm gonna give you." He says he's gonna give Candido head, and Asbury Park goes bonkers. It's raining heads. The camera work is nauseating. Al Snow has shown up. Lance does a springboard dive to the outside that looked great. Shane Douglas gets, I think, because I'm not able to pay attention because, I don't know, the camera is literally upside down.
Every 30 seconds, they're shaking the camera in and out, and then it will flip upside down, and then it'll go back to shaking.
Shane gets, I think, hip tossed into the hole in the ring, and the crowd goes nuts. Al Snow hits the snowplow on Douglas with 1 foot in the goddamned air, and he pins the fucking champion. It's raining heads again.
Crowd eats this shit up, man.
So, okay.
Al
Dude,
Snow
they
has
love it.
his New Jack moment. His song is playing the whole time he's out there. It looks like fucking Du Hast is being played in Germany. The place is going nuts. I'm telling you, I went 3 1/4. I refused to back down from 3 1/4.
Now listen to me.
This was fucking excellent. I loved it. It was 5 minutes long. If it went 25, I would have loved it more. Ed!
Here's this. Since we're all riled up, I don't want to look like a dick later on. I'm going to go ahead and lay out my argument here. Anybody out there that's a professional wrestler, you want to know what makes a 3 1/4 star match for Mike? Film the bitch upside down, throw a bunch of styrofoam around, have 2 different mystery partners in a 2-on-2 tag team match.
Ethan?
Okay, hold
Throw
on.
shit
Hold
against the
on.
wall.
Not-
You'll get
not-
3 stars for sure.
Not to fight Ethan on here. I had talked to Mike about this earlier. I feel like the only reason why we got Al Snow is because Al Snow's match got cut because there's a fucking crater in the goddamn ring. While they're still trying to explain all this, you can see the sea of fucking styrofoam heads in the crowd. And I feel like if Asbury Park did not get head, they were going to riot. They were going to...
It sounds like Ethan needs to get some head because he's hating on this fucking match. This ruled! It was so good!
I got
objectively wrong about this.
I got fucking motion sickness watching this. Because the camera was going nuts. Even at the end of it, Al Snow goes into the crowd and he's fucking partying with everyone. And the camera's going in and out and in and out. And I'm like, I wanted to fucking throw up, dude.
I implore everyone to go watch our YouTube of this as well if you're listening to Apple Podcast or Spotify.
Just
an
God. Corlin, what'd you give it?
Oh, I gave this 2 3/4. I loved it.
Yes! Yes!
Here's the thing.
I almost beat my chest and I was about to pass out if I did it.
It's rough, but you look at the 4 people in this match, though. It's hard to look at this and be like, oh, if there wasn't a hole in this ring, what do you think this match would have been? There's 4 great wrestlers that are in the ring at the same time. And then you're just sending everyone home happy. Taz and Bam Bam is obviously the main event of this pay-per-view, right? But everyone in this building wanted head so bad that they couldn't wait until they got outside to pay $20 for it. They had to see Al Snow right there. So, this match
Jesus
pays
Christ,
itself,
dude.
man. People love this shit. We got one of the, instead of people throwing chairs in ECW like they usually do, they throw styrofoam heads. You got Al Snow pinning your world champion.
Wild.
And he is over, man. This crowd is fucking about Al Snow. He pins your champion. You get the celebration on the outside. He's running through the crowd. They're throwing the black lights out again. Cameras are flipping upside down. Lance Storm is cheering with styrofoam heads on the turnbuckle, and he's freaking out in black lights. What more do you want? The dude doesn't do anything at all. And this is the funnest night he's had in pro wrestling. You can tell.
Al Snow objectively, on March 1st, 1998, is the most over wrestler in pro wrestling. Nobody else is having a fucking sea of 3,700 people acting like they're fucking watching the craziest fucking thing in their entire life. And what is it? It's a man with a mannequin head. And who else in the crowd has mannequin heads? Everybody. There are people with 2 of them. 2 of them going fucking nuts. Losing their fucking mind.
Corlin gave his what, 2 3/4? Is that what you said?
2 3/4, man. It's
Pat,
great. It's so entertaining.
I'm scared.
Is it my turn?
Let's see who's lower, me or Pat, because I haven't given mine yet.
I know yours is lower than mine, but it's not lower than my initial, and we'll keep that between friends. I go 2.5 stars. I don't really know anything that fucking happened in this match. I don't really know anything.
And he still went 2.5.
Why'd
you go 2.5? Because what does everybody want?
Head. And I'm just a motherfucker from the 90s. And I love head. And I love dude, just the Lance Storm, I'm gonna give you head. And then it flips the camera over. It goes straight to the curtain, and it's just Al Snow's fucking hand with the mannequin head.
With a mannequin head. And the camera's upside down. ECW is upside down, and you just get a mannequin head shaking in between a curtain. And you got flashing lights, and the crowd is losing their fucking mind.
It's insane shit.
And it's because of a mannequin.
It's because of a mannequin. Al Snow is so over. We know what it is. What does everybody want? You don't even have to fucking answer.
What does everybody need?
Ethan, give it to me.
Here's this. All jokes and banter and argumentativeness aside, I don't hate this. It was fucking fun as fuck. I didn't think it sucked. I didn't think it was too much. I didn't think it was stupid. I just
thought you gave it a 1.5 stars.
Oh, I gave lower than that, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Because I just thought it was more of an angle than a match, and I'm not like some purist, but I'm just like it was great for what it was. But am I going to give this more than a single star? No, 1 star.
Good God.
Oh man.
As a match, 1 star. Was I entertained by all the shenanigans and bullshit we had here? Oh hell yeah, it fucking rocked. Lance Storm screamed, "I'm going to give you head" to Chris Candido.
Well, I mean, just the opening segment before Al Snow came out, I feel like deserves more than a single star, though. Lance Storm taking on both of them and making it look fucking great.
Oh, he did good, yeah.
Himself, you know. I feel like there's a lot of great pieces in this match that could have been there if it wasn't for the ring or the light show or, you know, them deciding to fucking attempt the Black Parade concert in Mexico.
Good.
You know, but I enjoyed this match a lot. I thought it was really fucking fun. I ran it back because I honestly, like Pat, forgot a lot about it. And then I ran it back and was like, oh my God, this is so fun.
Al Snow had Wyatt family lights.
Dude, shut
and what do you see during the Wyatt family lights? You don't see anything. You barely see the ring. It looks like midday, and you have like an overhead window, and you're barely getting sunlight in. But what do you see when that sunlight hits the right area? Mannequin heads everywhere. A sea of them.
You know what would have made it even more like Bray Wyatt's then?
Please.
If it was less interesting and less fun.
If they would have had a furnace.
Doug?
God.
No, you shouldn't let him just go clean, man.
Casey?
I don't even know what to give this match anymore.
Casey?
Well, you've had every end of the spectrum. You've had a 1 star and a 3 star. You can just meet in the middle and go today.
You said 5-star match?
I hate everything about this right now. I'm going to give it a 2 so we can just move the fuck on.
That's fair. Is there anything about this match that you enjoy?
It's just so fucking ridiculous. Honestly, I've had more fun watching Mike run it back than actually the match itself. So it gets
spent more time on it than the match.
Yeah, we have. I'm fucking sad.
It was great. It was great. Was it entertaining? Yes. Did it get in and get its shit out and go? Yes. Did it overstay its welcome? No. Did I get a one-legged snowplow? Yes. It was fucking awesome.
Oh my God.
Objectively, it was great. Lance Storm flying around like a madman. He did maybe 6 moves. They all fucking ruled. Every one of them.
Yeah.
Every single one.
The crowd went home happy, and that was the key.
Chris Candido match up until this point that I give a shit about.
What does everybody want, man?
I feel like we're gonna cover a Chris Candido match in the next few weeks that you're gonna enjoy.
We're getting there. Sure. I was actually really disappointed with the beginning Candido matches, but they get better.
And I give Joey Styles a 5-star sign-off for this one. We will return to pay-per-view Sunday night, May 3rd with Wrestlepalooza. Until then, we're all getting head in Asbury Park. That's how we go off the air, fuckers.
Jesus Christ.
That's great, man. You want to run down Wrestlepalooza?
I'm pulling it up right
now.
Card
for us?
Oh, man.
I don't know if I remember this card.
I'm turned up right now, fellas.
I'm about to run it.
Wrestlepalooza is crazy.
I remember a Wrestle ridiculous. I don't know if it's this one or not.
I don't remember.
This is Wrestlepalooza. It is May 3rd, 1998 in Marietta, Georgia. We get, I don't know if this is on the pay-per-view. It looks like it is. We get Supernova and the Blue Meanie and the BWO taking on the FBI, which is Little Guido and Tracy Smothers with Tommy Rich, the Big Don. We get Mikey Whipwreck versus Just Incredible with Chastity and Jason. Fuck Jason.
How long does that match run?
9
minutes 53 seconds.
Okay.
We get
Okay.
your ECW World Tag Team Champions Chris Candido and Lance Storm taking on Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney. We get New Jack versus Bam Bam Bigelow. We get.
I didn't even know that was a match.
Oh yes.
Oh no, this is
I'm
bad,
not.
fellas. A almost 12-minute match. The Sandman and Tommy Dreamer taking on the Dudley Boys. We get Sabu versus Rob Van Dam for the ECW World Television title.
You see the result of that match, Mike?
I do.
Yep.
And
Obviously don't say nothing, but
we get Shane Douglas defending the ECW World Heavyweight title versus Mr. Snowplow, Mr. Head himself, Al Snow. To say that I'm... listen, Al Snow in the year 2022, kind of a dipshit. Al Snow in 1998, I'm going to go buy a mannequin head right now on Amazon and have it here next week. And I'm not even going to give my comments about the match. Just know I'll be sitting here shaking that head.
Mike's first ECW 5-star match.
Oh,
next
dude,
week.
This is a mess. Is there anything that we want to add before we get on out of here?
I think that's it.
I have nothing to add.
Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good?
Yep.
Yeah, man. ECW. What a thing to cover. What a thing to make my brain remember.
This shit is violent.
Oh, dude, it's a mess.
And I let Living Dangerously run to get to 1999, and within the first 20 minutes, I ran out of the room and told Pat that I don't know if we can cover that because just the opening segment alone is so not PC that I was like, I don't think it can go on YouTube. That would have to be Patreon. Like, it's impossible to cover it.
God,
all right, well, here's the deal, fellas. Next week, we have Wrestlepalooza 98. We have a few more before we get to Living Dangerously. If you've made it this far, it's important that you know one thing and one thing only. Casey took his time to make a website for us. It's called the Up and Over Podcast website. It's upandoverpodcast.com. There you can get shirts, you can get hats, you can get fanny packs, you can get koozies. Really, like, the spectrum is open. Gonna start a GoFundMe to try to get some Pit Vipers on there.
I will let you know, I tried to look into custom Pit Vipers. It's just not a thing. I'm really sad. I was curious, but they're just not a thing.
If you want to pick something up, it means a lot to all five of us. Upandoverpodcast.com. Feel free to check it out. If you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. If you've made it this far in a Spotify episode, give us a 5-star rating. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button below. Hit the like button below. It helps us get found. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to check us out. We do AEW Dynamite recaps on the Up and Over Podcast YouTube. Cortland and I do. Sometimes Ethan's there. Sometimes we have Zach and Hunter. We have some people that pop in. All of our stuff goes up on that YouTube page as well. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of places you can find us. At Up and Over Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. From there, you can find all of our social media. We appreciate you guys listening this far, and you guys enjoy your week. We will see you back here next week for ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998. Fuck Michael Cole.
Fuck Doug Furness.